Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Night Raw. We are on our way to the next Raw exclusive pay-per-view that will be Vengeance in 2 and some weeks time. But as we saw last week, the draft may have already, the draft may have completely changed the roster up, but it seems as if everyone still has targets in their eyes. And one of those big targets, what we saw to close out Raw last week, that was involving CM Punk and that man you see right there, Triple H. Triple H blindsiding Punk as he was making his way down to the ring for his matchup against Marty Scurll, denying him the chance to take on the world champion. And to kick things off here on Raw tonight, Triple H will come down to the ring and explain why he did what he did to CM Punk. You can only assume with Triple H, it's going to be a lot of bragging about something. I don't care though, because I'm personally quite happy to see it. But there is more to the tale here tonight than simply Triple H. In our main event that hopefully will actually take place here tonight, we have Shawn Michaels going one-on-one with Adam Cole. In some breaths, it can be considered a dream matchup in some ways. Two guys almost of the same movesets of one another, two guys of the same charisma of one another. Only one can be victorious though. It's Adam Cole's first match on Monday Night Raw since WrestleMania. He may not have the World Heavyweight Championship, he may not have got his revenge on Jinder Mahal, but he can still put his sights on Marty Scurll. That is all to come here tonight, but as I said, we're going to kick things off by hearing from Triple H, so let's do just that. And here he is, fresh off his antics from last week. Despite everyone who came over on the draft, it is safe to say that Triple H was the most talked about man after that episode of Monday Night Raw. And now we see why he did what he did for, and what the reasoning is for Triple H's actions. The game takes the microphone, and before he starts explaining his actions, starts to brag, saying how incredible it felt to drill CM Punk's head not only into the steps but into the mat with the pedigree. It was an experience that Triple H will never forget, and one that CM Punk should never forget. But on to the real business. Why, oh Triple H, why, is what he has heard people clamour for over this week, and he has the answer for us right there. Because he is sick of people getting opportunities ahead of him. CM Punk has done nothing on the Monday Night Raw roster and was allowed to get a shot at Marty Scurll, but not Triple H. Triple H is sick of being overlooked, overshadowed, and just cast away by these has-beens, by these people who are not as talented as Triple H. If CM Punk is going to be one of them, then he is going to feel the price of what it happens when you cross the game. And he hopes that the Raw general manager takes it in his stride. He pays close attention to this because Triple H deserves, has earned, and should have had his shot by now. But to CM Punk, who rests at home tonight, when you get back, Triple H will be waiting. Well, that is certainly an interesting proposition by Triple H. Sick of being overlooked by the Monday Night Raw general manager Dario Ronaldo, sick of being cast aside to other members on the roster, but also having a little bit of a vendetta with CM Punk. Triple H putting all his eggs in one basket to kick things off here on Monday Night Raw. So where do we go from there with Triple H? I think that might be a matter that Triple H or CM Punk have the answer to. He may have been sick of being overlooked, but it seems as if Triple H has his eyes on CM Punk right now, more than the WWE more than the World Heavyweight Championship, my apologies. So, we'll see where things go with that, I think. In due time, of course. But we kick things off here on Monday Night Raw with this women's match. Alexa Bliss and Emma. This is a pronged attempt by the Raw general manager to start a kind of rebuilding phase for the Raw women's divisions since essentially, I would even argue, as far back as when she won the title in June. The Raw Women's Division had been run by Paige, and then by Rosemary, and then by the two heading into WrestleMania. It felt as if that for all the talent the Raw Women's Division had, there was nowhere for them to go, and everywhere for them to fall. it almost felt as if they were cast aside for the behemoths of the division that were Paige and Rosemary. Well, now that time has passed. Paige, of course, is on SmackDown Live. Rosemary is still the champion, but everyone else who was cast aside while those two were engaged in their battles with one another now have a chance to return to a potential high level again, and potentially title challenges could be going their way. That all, of course, depends on who is victorious, but it is a rebuilding process that the Raw General Manager wants to go ahead with, and it may take some time. You know, we could be in for a very long Rosemary reign, but if it means that at the end of it, whenever she is dethroned of being champion, for all we know, actually, she could just end up vacating the title, but it is all due. It is all in due time, really, to get this Raw Women's division back up to a high level, and for it to be about more than just one or two women, but to be about every single woman in this division. So there we go, a little tirade over. I imagine the Raw General Manager, whenever he is around, will have more to explain on that than I will, but that is the notes I've been given from above, and of course I am going to deliver that information. And we see the two women in question here, those talents, but just not allowed to really expand their way anyway, and Alexa Bliss and Emma squaring off here to kick things off on Monday Night Raw here tonight. So let's see what'll happen between these two women. Going face to face. Oh, Alexa Bliss trying to show a little bit of respect. Oh, ho ho ho. Getting into the mind of Emma early, it seems, as Alexa Bliss there. And Emma didn't seem to like that one too much. Quickly moving out of the way of Bliss there, as these two women will now get underway on this episode of Raw. A very sly tactic by Alexa Bliss, and one that she could pay for, because for all we know, Emma may just come flying out here with hard moves to strike down onto her opponent. It may not have been the wisest decision made. But here we go now, between these two women. Of course, this rebuilding period, as it gets underway, is going to take time. But we could be in for some entertaining matches along the ways. Talents like Alexa Bliss, you know, these two women in the ring, Alexa Bliss, Emma, Gail, Kim, Asuka, and even maybe some sleeper talents, I guess you could say, like Carmella. And of course, don't want to forget AJ Lee either. They could all really burst through a barrier and find some success somewhere along the lines. Let's see what happens in this match right now. Alexa Bliss is showing that there was a reason for her cockiness at the start of the matchup, because she is feeling pretty damn confident. No counter there by Emma should put a stop to that. What are we going to see from these two women now? Emma needing to get something going there, but Alexa Bliss just flat out denying her kicks now to Emma. Within this universe, if I remember correctly, a former women's champion. I might be wrong in saying that, I can't remember for certain, but that's a very, very long time ago anyway. Superplex by Alexa Bliss there. That was a very strong move, and it set her, in perfect position for this. Insult to injury by Alexa Bliss. But it also has put Emma in perfect place for this big move here. Twisted Bliss. She got her. And will that do it already? Yes, it will. Alexa Bliss with a confident victory, and one that she had going for her from the very start. She was in her element before the bell even rung. Emma never even got to the starting gate, and the confidence from Little Miss Bliss just granted her that victory. This rebuilding phase is underway, but oh my god, Alexa Bliss is just perhaps on her way to trying to stop power through this competition, and on her way towards a potential title opportunity. It all depends, of course, on how that cookie does crumble, and who else will stand in her way. Like I said, it may be a long rebuilding phase, so Bliss may have this little brief stint of exuberance going for her, but it may be swept away from her in an instant if she gets in the ring with Rosemary. Well, we're already going to move on to our next contest anyway. We saw him make his debut on Monday Night Raw last week in what was a very, very entertaining matchup against The Undertaker. It's Roman Reigns here tonight looking to continue on as he goes one-on-one with Bobby Roode. So let's see how this one will go. Are we in for another great match like we saw last week with Roman Reigns, or could we be seeing a repeat of the women's matchup that we just saw a moment ago? We'll find out. But there is Bobby Roode representing his Raw robe, and he's mixed up a little bit since the draft. But Bobby Roode here tonight making his Monday Night Raw debut. He of course wrestled for Raw in the draft. Didn't get the picks when called upon, but still showed where his allegiance does lie, and that is on the Monday Night Raw roster. Now though, Bobby Roode looks to kickstart his Raw career with the crowd here in Kansas City singing along to Glorious against Roman Reigns, who of course picked up that big win over The Undertaker last week, as we saw, and with The Undertaker delivering that message just after it: this is not acceptable, changes need to be made. We don't know of course what Undertaker meant by that. He is not here tonight. No one in the Brood is here tonight to really comment on what The Undertaker said. In fact, we still don't really know if there is a Brood after everything that has happened since WrestleMania and thereafter. But nevertheless, time will only tell in that regard. Bobby Roode though prepares for this matchup, and he is certainly soaking in the reaction from this Raw crowd here in Kansas City. But he cannot look over how tough of an opponent he does have to face in Roman Reigns, a man who came over with a real mean streak and now on his own. No Bobby Fish, no Mark Henry, no Paul Heyman by his side. Roman Reigns goes alone. The big dog hunts by himself, and we see if that makes or breaks his career. And Roman Reigns wants to keep going where he picked up on last week. Reigns running up on roof from behind. The Glorious One has no idea he was there. Roman Reigns with a cheap shot from the back there. Bobby Roode was none the wiser, soaking in the reaction. And now Reigns has just completely taken him aback here. For as talented as Bobby Roode is, you can't expect him to instantly be able to bounce back from a fight like this. Especially not when it's someone like Roman Reigns jumping you from behind. But Bobby Roode now gets the robe off and can get to swinging against Roman Reigns here. This one now is underway between these two men, and let's see what'll be delivered. Both men who have a lot to prove, both men who came over in the draft, both men who want to pick up a win badly. And Roman Reigns has shown just how bad he wants it. Make no mistake about it. Roman Reigns did not turn over a new leaf. Certainly has kept so many of the teachings of Paul Heyman close to him. And we just saw that with that attack from behind now, but these two men really starting to square off with one another. Roode is taking a good few shots, but he is starting to fight back. Although Roman Reigns is just stopping him in his tracks there. Power of this man is just sometimes too much to take in. But Bobby Roode looking to use his experience advantage and his versatility to get himself out of some of Roman Reigns' big moves. Roode now looking for a suplex, has him up in the air, but took too long, and Roman Reigns knew it. That's how he got out of that one so quickly. Over the shoulder powerbomb there, into the cover he goes. Roode able to kick out relatively early on. The strikes continuing to just hammer home here from Roman Reigns. Bobby Roode knows what he's gotten himself into here, and even after that attack from behind, he has really struggled with Reigns here. What does this say when Roman Reigns had a back and forth match but was able to convincingly defeat The Undertaker last week, and is now doing the same but in a much more direct fashion essentially to Bobby Roode. He has beaten him down much more than what he did The Undertaker. He is in control much more than what he was against The Undertaker. Oh God, look at the strength here from Reigns to deliver that. electric chair there, essentially without even trying. In the turnbuckle we go, though. Good counter by Bobby Roode now. And Roode not afraid to resort to desperate actions himself. A hand around the throat there of Roman Reigns. A little bit of retaliation for the attack from behind, but Reigns is still the one who has been leading this matchup more so than Bobby Roode. Look at the strength now. Rolled through there into that power bomb, away from the ropes, into a cover, but a very early kick out by Roode once more. You can see with a lot of moves Bobby Roode is hitting, there's an air of frustration to him. Roman Reigns even. There's there's an air of frustration to him for not having enough to put away Bobby Roode yet. But that just goes to show the experience of Bobby Roode and how he's able to keep on going. His battles in this universe with the likes of Aleister Black, the most synonymous one with him as of late, really helped to show just what this man can do. Counter there though, and into the turnbuckle goes Roman Reigns. Now Bobby Roode prepped himself up and ready to go now. Great elbow drop there into the chest of Reigns. And here goes Roode. Look at this. Spine buster by Roode. Near perfection. And Bobby Roode now will look to close this one out. He is going to look for a big time upset. Bobby Roode. Glorious DDT. Could it happen for Roode here tonight? Into the cover. 2. Oh, Reigns kicked at it too. Roode thought he had him there. What a comeback that would have been from Roode. Got him locked now in a camel clutch of sorts with a knee dug in the back of Reigns. Reigns though uses his power to get out of it. Superman punch by Reigns. And now the big dog is calling. He wants Roode up to his feet here. He's ready to strike. Spear by Reigns. Almost like he let Roode hit that glorious DDT. And Roman Reigns is victorious. The winning streak continues on over another former world champion. Roman Reigns does it again. On his own on Monday Night Raw. It does not matter. As the boos come in here from the Kansas City crowd, Roman Reigns takes solace in the fact he is victorious, Bobby Roode is not. And no matter who or where they are on Monday Night Raw, people have to pay attention to Roman Reigns. Champions, challengers, whoever, must always keep their eye on this man. The Roman Empire could soon be atop Monday Night Raw if things keep on going this way. Well, with that being said, we're moving on to our next match. We saw last week the debut of Heavy Machinery from NXT, and now they have a chance awaiting them next week to become the #1 contenders to the World Tag Team titles. But who do they face? Will it be the Ascension or TM61? Well, that's what we'll find out right now. Heavy Machinery, the Good Brothers, will be watching this one very closely, as champions and challenger will find out who their other challengers are about to be. TM61 head towards the ring here against one of the at their prime, the team in the absolute pinnacle, the absolute peak really of tag team offense. They were one of they were at a point the most destructive team in this universe. There was no one who came close to what the Ascension could do. They tormented ECW for months on end. It just didn't work out for them on SmackDown Live though. 2017, a little bit of a meh year for the Ascension really. But now here on Monday Night Raw, they will have to try and turn things around. But can they do that in their first match here against TM61? A tag team that is in many aspects the underdog, and of course a tag team that is also much like the Raw Women's Division in the way, struggle to shine because of what happened with the Brood and the Good Brothers tormenting this division for as long as they did. But the Ascension make their Monday Night Raw debut here. Are they ready? Oh, it's been a long time since I said this one. Are they ready to rise over the competition and be on their way to a potential shot at the World Tag Team titles? We will find out. I don't believe there has been a team in this universe to hold every single tag team title. There have been people, but I do not believe there have been teams. Randy Orton comes to mind. Sorry, not Randy Orton. Batista comes to mind. And that might be it, actually. So, the Ascension could become the first team to perform that accolade in this universe. However, of course, they've got to win here tonight, win next week, and win at Vengeance in order for that to happen. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying it's a long road. Nick Miller is going to start this one off against the powerhouse of the Ascension in corner. And oh my god, he just went flying backwards there. The impact sending Nick Miller some 2 feet, maybe 2-3 feet in recoil, as Corner now goes on the offensive. What will the Ascension do here? How will they look to show that they are back on top? How will the Ascension look to prove that no one is as deadly as they are? Those answers we are about to discover right now. A little bit of countering going on here, back and forth by both men. Oh, leaping punch there by Nick Miller, though, as Victor gets tagged in now. Or has been tagged in, rather. Miller will look to try and tag in Shane Thorne here. Or not. Big chop, though, lighting up the chest. And up on the second rope now goes Miller, but oh, Victor got out of the way there. The Ascension looking to get back to what they once were. Like I said, they're looking to get back to the top of the mountain. And this is some of the signature tag team offense that caused that to happen, that caused them to rule ECW for as long as they did. Nick Miller with a big counter there, and he needs to make the tag into Shane Thorne, and indeed he has done here. What can Thorne do now against the big man that is Corner? Looking for a neck breaker, not a chance. Throwing back there. Uh-oh, electric chair? No, face buster. A long way down and a lot of impact to soak in. The Ascension right now are looking to be in the driver's seat here. Throwing Thorne more than once into the turnbuckle there. The Ascension have something else in mind now. Shane Thorne looks almost lost in the ring. Oh, God! From a 3-point stance. Dual stereo shoulder tackles. Courtesy of the Ascension. I'm saying it now. I know it's very, very early in this matchup. And even early in their tenure on Raw, but the Ascension are looking to return to what they once were. Thorne makes that tag into Miller now, and here goes Nick Miller. Big drop kick there. Went for the back elbow, but missed it. Lights are on. Oh, what a leaping lariat from behind there. Miller grounded Victor as a result of it. DDT denied. The Northern Lights suplex does quick to slow things down. STO now. And the lights may be dimming for TM61. Oh, good God. It has been a long time since we last saw this one. Fall of man from the Ascension. Cover on Nick Miller. Shane Thorne can't make the save. The Ascension are back as you were. Business is back in the mind of the Ascension. It has been a year, and a long year at that for the Ascension, since I have seen destruction of that capabilities. But if that is what we see here tonight, Heavy Machinery and even the Good Brothers are in trouble. These men are back. These men are brutal. these men could well be the next World Tag Team Champions. If Heavy Machinery were watching that, they might well be hoping they were back in NXT, because that could be them next week. Power doesn't matter, strength doesn't matter. What matters is victory, and the Ascension are incredible at getting that. Will they be victorious next week over Heavy Machinery and become the #1 contenders for the World Tag titles at Vengeance? We'll find out. Heavy Machinery better do their homework, and the Good Brothers better keep an eye out. No matter what, no matter who wins next week, because it could be dangerous for them. Well, there we go. That was very quick. We are speeding through this episode of Monday Night Raw here tonight, but things might slow down in some way because we are in for a competitive triple threat matchup right now. It is to determine the #1 contender for the United States Championship at Vengeance. Jay Lethal, Kassius Ohno, Lars Sullivan. These three men want to become #1 contender, but who will face Daniel Bryan at Vengeance? We'll find out up next. This one's going to be enjoyable. Make no mistake about it. First man out here, a man who has looked on many occasions to try and go for that United States Championship, but could this be the one for Kassius Ohno? Could tonight be the night that leads him to Vengeance and leads him to a US Championship? In a way, I kind of hope so for Ohno, but he's in the ring with two other hungry competitors, and of course at the end of this awaits arguably the all-around best wrestler on Monday Night Raw in Daniel Bryan. This is going to be a very interesting triple threat. How do they tackle it? Do Lethal and Ohno just go about their own business and then have to worry about the powerhouse that is Lars Sullivan sitting in there waiting for them? Do they work together, get rid of Sullivan, and then just make it about a singles contest? Or is there no game plan? Do they all just go in and just hope for the very best and just hope that they can be the ones to be victorious? Either way, they've got to watch out, because Sullivan, for as much as he is being handed opportunities by the Raw general manager, can make the most of them and could well be on his way to a potential shot at the US title for all we know. But here comes Jay Lethal, made an emphatic debut last week on Monday Night Raw, destroyed Curtis Axel in what I think was the shortest match of the night, and that's only because the main event never started. With that being said, it is about victory here tonight for Jay Lethal as well, and I think Lethal and Daniel Bryan would be a damn good matchup between those two. Very similar in some ways, but what the caliber within that ring, the caliber of talent would be through the roof. But Lethal, of course, has to go through Ohno and Sullivan here tonight. I could say the same about Ohno and Bryan. I don't know if they've squared off in one-on-one matchup before, but it would be great, especially on a stage like a pay-per-view and for a title like that US title. Jay Lethal wants it to be him, of course, and he would love to be United States champion. However, there is one man, like I said, that they have to keep their eye on. He may be getting handed opportunities, but he still cannot afford to be overlooked. He's a powerhouse for a reason. He is Lars Sullivan. This freak of nature that he is. Power and speed. It is surprising that Sullivan does indeed possess those things, especially the speed factor. You've seen Sullivan, I believe, in triple threat matches before, just completely destroy the competition. Will he do the same here tonight to get his ticket sealed on the go to Daniel Bryan? We'll find out. Sullivan jogs towards the ring a little bit there. He prepares himself. Physically, he's always prepared. Is he mentally prepared, though, for what awaits him? Is Lars Sullivan going to be able to overcome the abilities that these two men present? The fine wrestling ability, the wrestling mind. Because Sullivan, let's be honest, doesn't really have such a wrestling mind. He just charges in head first. He's sort of a shoot first, ask questions later, but then never really ask those questions. There is a time where that has failed Lars Sullivan, and it could fail him here tonight. However, that all waits to be seen. Is there a game plan between the two men on the outside, or is it all guns are blazing, everyone for themselves? And only one man being the victor, and that, of course, in every man's case, believes it to be themselves. Ohno, Lethal, and Sullivan are all ready. Daniel Bryan will be watching this one closely. This triple threat is underway between these two men. And between these, that made no sense, between these three men. And double teaming there early on are Ohno and Sullivan on Lethal. Oh, that was only temporary though, as we see there from Ohno. We might see very temporary alliances made in order for success, in order to get a head start really in this matchup. Look at this here by Lethal. Torture rack powerbomb. Ohno going down there. Lethal backing himself up a little bit. Sullivan going after Ohno now, and oh, Lethal wants a bit of Sullivan. In fact, Lethal wants them both. They both go down temporarily, and Jay Lethal soaks in the reaction that follows here. How's he going to cope here? Is he picking off more than he can chew, maybe? Turns to face Kassius Ohno there, and instantly gets the repercussions. German suplex. And a trip outside of the ring, leaving Ohno and Sullivan to go at it one-on-one. These two men have definitely met in the past. Certainly, of course, WrestleMania was probably the last time they met. Kicking the back of the leg there. Oh, what a lariat. And the clubbing blows from Sullivan now. Just raining in on Kassius Ohno. Then he's going to do them again. Inflicting punishment here to Ohno repeatedly. You saw there, Jay Lethal was just happy to watch on. Referee really needs to get himself out of the way in this one. Just go to a corner and just hope that they don't come in your direction. Headbutt there. And Jay Lethal is really struggling, as is Ohno, in containing the beast, the freak. The beast, of course, being Brock Lesnar. The freak, that is Lars Sullivan. Oh, look at the strike there, but what a counter by Jay Lethal. That could be a window of opportunity for these two men to capitalize on. Great strength being shown by Ohno now. Hags him out to dry on the ropes there. And that leaves these two men to go at it in the ring now. Sullivan rolled outside. Lethal and Ohno squaring up against one another. Up on the top rope now. Ohno in position for Lethal to strike. Lethal flies out though. Goes after Lars Sullivan instead with that big time elbow drop. Sacrificing it all there to become #1 contender was Lethal, but it gave Ohno enough time to get up to his feet and to be right back in a fighting spirit. Irish whip now into the corner. Oh my god, Kassius Ohno. Moonsault by Ohno. What a thing to witness. And Lethal taking a lot of strikes there and a lot of punishment. Finally able to... Uh-oh. Sullivan just slid in a sledgehammer. This one could be dangerous. Lethal does his best to disarm him. And picks it up for himself. No DQ in a triple threat match. So why not use it to your fullest advantage? Oh, Sullivan though with a hard strike. Lethal had no choice but to drop it. Oh, just... calamity now ensuing in this triple threat. Men just flinging it at each other. Ohno just jumped at Lethal while he was in the turnbuckle. But now Sullivan is in control once again. Daniel Bryan's watching this and realizing that all the chaos ensuing in this matchup kind of makes it too hard to call on how to tackle any of these men in this matchup. Lethal up on the top rope. Oh, he went to fly there, I think, was Sullivan. Barely connected with Ohno. He's up to his feet here as Ohno continues to take some punishment now. He is more than happy to just watch Kassius Ohno here take that consistent punishment as Jay Lethal. But as Ohno rolls out the ring now, he's left alone with Lars Sullivan, and he's swinging back here. Lethal quick to try and strike, but Sullivan quick to deny him any big move after it. Oh, good God. That was a precarious predicament. Lethal escaped that powerbomb there. Had Sullivan staggering for only a moment, though. Oh, and a shoulder tackle. Just drilled him. In for the cover goes Lars. Sullivan, but Lethal still able to kick out early on. Sullivan has been tormenting both men in this matchup here. Into the cover now goes Ohno, hoping that crossroads, a call back to the former US champion Cody Rhodes, would have been enough to finish this one here. But it was not. Ohno and Sullivan really been going back and forth with one another in this matchup. Lethal. Oh, look at this now. Lethal rolled through there. Tilt-a-whirl. I think it was meant to be a small package, but I don't think Lethal had it in him to go for the cover after it. Sullivan, though, with a counter. Sullivan now. Freak accident on the sledgehammer. And that could be enough to make him #1 contender. But oh my God. Lethal kicking out as early as 1. Sullivan's got to be in shock, because I know I am. Oh, Sullivan sent over the top rope there by that clothesline. Oh no, looking for KO. He drilled him with it. Oh no, in for the count. 1, 2. Oh, Lethal kicks out at 2 finishing maneuvers. How do you do something like that? Where does Jay Lethal find something like that? Such answers do not exist. But he is showing the wear and tear of those moves now. Slow to get up to his feet here. And Sullivan is back up on the apron. Irish whip there up and over the top rope. Try to get rid of Ohno there. Try to dump him to the outside. But that didn't happen the way he wanted it to. Cravat suplex. Lethal takes another trip to the outside. Ohno and Sullivan continue their battle with one another in the ring. The war continuing to be waged on between these two men. What a chaotic triple threat this one has been. In for the cover goes Ohno. Lethal slow there. Almost cost himself that opportunity to be #1 contender. Lethal now sends Sullivan up and over the top rope, sends him to the outside as well, has left himself alone in the ring with Kassius Ohno now, and this may be the reason why he's looking to finish this one out. Lethal injection with Sullivan on the outside. Lethal, though, slow to act, but into the cover nonetheless with 2, 3. Jay Lethal with a comeback from behind to become the #1 contender to the United States Championship. A freak accident, a KO. It was not enough to keep him down, but the lethal injection finished off Ohno and made Jay Lethal the #1 contender. That quick maneuverability there by Lethal was genius. Go from one to the other, huff Sullivan out to the ring, and go right after Jay Lethal. It worked a treat. Go right after Kassius Ohno even. It worked a treat. And now at Vengeance, we are guaranteed Daniel Bryan versus Jay Lethal. What a match that is going to be for the United States Championship. What a match we have for us up next in our main event. A dream match of sorts. Shawn Michaels against Adam Cole. So let's see what this main event brings for us. Two incredibly gifted talents. Two men who want to be perhaps the next in line for that World Heavyweight Championship. This is not, of course, a #1 contenders match, but this is a great main event to witness here tonight between these two. We've seen quite a bit of chaos in its own way on Raw here tonight, but it's great to just sit back, relax, and just take in a fine match, and that is what we're about to have right here between Shawn Michaels and Adam Cole. Like I said, a dream match in some ways. Two men with similar movesets to one another. Two men who have their confidence to them. Two men who know what it is that makes them great and are able to work on it night in and night out. You got the veteran that is Shawn Michaels and the man making a name for himself in Adam Cole. The future, you could say, in Adam Cole. But we'll see if that happens for him here tonight. If the veteran can overcome the young upstart, or if it will be vice versa. Adam Cole in his first match on Monday Night Raw since WrestleMania is ready for this one. Off of a loss in the draft week to Shinsuke Nakamura, Adam Cole is ready to fight here tonight. But he also knows what is at stake should he be victorious here tonight, and that is, of course, a potential final round, maybe. Certainly one more round with Marty Scurll and that World Heavyweight Championship. Something that Adam Cole has been hunting ever since November, and certainly has had it occupy him, has had it take over his career throughout this year so far. He didn't get to exact his revenge on Jinder Mahal at WrestleMania, but tonight he could be on his way to exacting revenge over Marty Scurll, a man who kicked himself into a spot that was reserved for Cole and Jinder. And now Scurll, of course, is the one who has the spoils of it all. And we saw there a great handshake between the two men. A show of respect as we get ready for this main event. Calling an elbow tie-up, side headlock there by Adam Cole. Shawn Michaels, though, able to get himself around there, and back elbow there, catching Adam Cole square in the face. Shawn Michaels off to a speedy start in his own right. Calling an elbow tie-up, though, and great strength by Adam Cole being shown. I wonder if, speaking of him, I wonder if the World Heavyweight Champion is watching this one backstage. Does Marty Scurll have an eye on his rival that is Adam Cole? Because I think the villain is in the building here tonight, so that may also be something to take into account. But focus on this matchup right now. Short arm lariat there by Adam Cole, and now he's starting to get the cogs turning here, getting off to a quicker start than Shawn Michaels is. Though it may be the case that Michaels wants to take a bit of offense, get himself going, and then start to go after Adam Cole. Big chop in the chest, and Cole is reeling from it. Oh, and a splash that followed up there by Shawn Michaels from the second rope. Here goes the Heartbreak Kid now, firing away with offense. Adam Cole having no choice there for a moment but to go outside. Shawn Michaels shows great respect in letting him back in the ring, though, but only if he's allowed to be in control, which is something the Heartbreak Kid certainly was in that moment. But a drop kick there turns the tide of the match. Now Cole up on that second rope. Cole, Shawn Michaels to his feet here. Will this play out the way Adam Cole wants it to? Yes, it will. Great drop kick. Good counter though by Shawn Michaels, but Adam Cole reversing in his own right, and what a hard clothesline that one was. Swung himself through with that lariat. Went for the super kick. Shawn Michaels says hell no. Sweet chin music. Michaels just drilled him with the pinnacle of super kicks, but oh, Adam Cole kicked himself out there at 2. Wow. That was great there. Michaels just as if to say, no, this is how you really do a super kick. It's a sweet chin music. And now Cole looks to be in a little bit of trouble, and the crowd starting to side a little bit with Shawn Michaels here after that big move. Oh, what incredible agility by Adam Cole. German suplex, went for the bridge with Michaels' arm there underneath that bottom rope. So far, it's been 100 miles an hour between these two men. And they ain't letting up one bit. To the outside now, this one continues on, and Michaels not afraid to use the outside to his advantage there. Into the barricade, back into the ring. Michaels now up high. If he was thinking elbow drop, Adam Cole had the perfect counter for it there by laying on his gut. Crossbody though by Shawn Michaels. Into the cover. Will this finish off Adam Cole? No. There was hope within Shawn Michaels that it would though. You could certainly tell that. Big counter by Cole. Super kick by Cole now. And Adam Cole, wasting little time here, wants to close this one out decisively. Panama Sunrise. Does this close out this main event here tonight? One. Whoa, no, it does not. A very early kick out by Shawn Michaels, and the Heartbreak Kid is up to his feet. Shawn Michaels with his signature kip up there. Can he secure something now? Into this one, flying forearm. Adam Cole in trouble. The repertoire of Shawn Michaels' moves come flying through. The slam to bring him down. The trip to the top rope. The elbow drop by Michaels, and you know what is left. He calls the crowd up to their feet. And the crowd chant HBK as he tunes up the band. Adam Cole gonna feel sweet chin music. 1, 2, Adam Cole kicks out again. Shawn Michaels' face tells the story. Just through everything, all of his signature moves, and Adam Cole still kicking out, and now still fighting back. Reverse DDT. Into the cover, there's 2, and a kick out by Michaels. Adam Cole wants to try and put this one to bed, but Shawn Michaels is denying him that, and vice versa. Adam Cole from the top rope there with that moonsault. Incredible. Bit of moves there. Adam Cole now starting to get a little bit desperate there, you saw. He's just swinging now wildly, and if you start to get erratic against Shawn Michaels, well, you're making mistakes, and Michaels will capitalize. Pile driver to Cole. And Michaels sees that as a great opportunity to try and close out this match. There's the count. There is still a kick out, and Michaels really starting to question himself now. How do you finish off Adam Cole? It's a question that we've been wondering for some time, and it seems there is not an answer for us here tonight. Going after the leg there with that dragon screw. A little bit of psychology now by Michaels coming into play. Take away that speed. Take away those super kicks. Perhaps even take away the Panama Sunrise. Shawn Michaels trying here as he just strikes away now. Well, if you even get erratic around Adam Cole, you can pay for it. Big chop in the chest. And Adam Cole is feeling it here. Adam Cole's got something in store. Feeling awfully confident about himself right there. Cole now will take Michaels into that turnbuckle. What is he thinking? It's a shoulder tackle. It's going to be a trio. Super kick by Cole. And another super kick. And as Michaels staggers around, one more super kick in the jaw. Drills him with all of them. And Adam Cole now prepped up and ready to go. Is Marty Skill watching close? Because this could be his fate. Panama Sunrise. 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole wins a hectic main event here on Monday Night Raw. It took a lot to defeat Shawn Michaels, but it did the job. Adam Cole, your winner. What a main event that one was. What a contest that was. Big moves all over the shop, and though Adam Cole is victorious, the night has not ended here. Cole wants a microphone. Ho ho ho, this could be interesting. And look at that. Adam Cole ain't wasting any time. He stares at the ramp. and demands Marty Scurll get out here. And there he is, the world champion, heads out to answer the call. Oh my. So he was here after all. Scurll was watching from the back, and now he heads towards the ring to meet with a man who he has such a storied past with. These two men face to face with one another. Oh, what is gonna happen here? And Scurll, well, I mean, not wrong, but quick to point out, he is here. He is standing right in front of you. Say what you must, because Marty Scurll is listening. Need I remind you, the world champion is listening. Oh, that boiled the blood a little bit there. And Adam Cole is reciprocating that back. You want to say you're world champion, you want to be world champion. You didn't beat me at WrestleMania. Adam Cole wants to face Marty Scurll one more time at Vengeance for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Scurll just laughed in his face and said no. He beat him at Mania. He beat Jinder Mahal at Mania. He is not facing Adam Cole. Not now. Not at Vengeance. Never again. And Cole is almost getting desperate here. Cole knows. Cole is trying to goad Scurll into this. Think of all the times he beat him before WrestleMania. Beating him in that steel cage just 6 days before the event. He has beaten Scurll before, and the only reason Scurll is saying no is because he knows he can do it again. It's not phasing Scurll though, is it? Scurll keeps himself in the same court. No. The answer stays no. Adam Cole does not deserve a shot at Marty Scurll. And Adam Cole now is starting to get really desperate. He will do anything to face Marty Scurll. If he is willing to do anything to get that shot of the world title, then let him prove it with this. Let him show that he deserves the world title. And if this doesn't change Marty Scurll's mind, then nothing will. What does he mean by that? Oh my goodness. Adam Cole is putting his career as a Monday Night Raw superstar on the line for one final shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. If Cole can't beat Scurll at Vengeance, he will leave the Raw brand. And it seems that's all it took to change the mind of Marty Scurll, because the villain has now accepted the rematch is on for Vengeance, and Scurll says it will be a wondrous night to finish Adam Cole's career and for us all to hail the villain. Oh my God, it is happening. Adam Cole just put his Raw career on the line for one final shot at Marty Scurll. Scurll's already celebrating. The rematch is on for Vengeance.